Hey guys, so welcome back to Just Be You podcast. I feel like I haven't said that in a minute.
Just Be You?
Just
like
Be You
that
podcast,
introduction.
yeah. Okay, so today we have a special guest.
Special?
Yeah, well,
little old guest.
Yeah, somebody that people's been requesting for a part 2, so why not have a part 2?
Okay.
All right, so if you did not know, or if you're wondering, or you probably already heard her talk, welcome to part 2 of being on my podcast.
Gracias.
Okay, so I need to chug, guys, because I need to catch up. All right, guys, so today we're just gonna do a little yapping, see where it takes us, because we never know. I think these are best when you just don't plan them, and they just go with the flow. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
All right, so how was your day?
So my day was good. Honestly, it was kind of hard at first because I stayed up late.
In?
Yeah, I was able to sleep in.
Did you really think we were going to go to the gym?
No. I didn't think I was going to get the gym in, but I'm glad you said.
No, like in the morning. Did you think I was going to say yes or like nah?
I think it was just going to be like, if you say yes, I'm going to be like, fuck, I got to go. But you said, I'm down to stay in. So I was like, all right, fuck it.
By the way, you know how we always go together? Well, like today, she slept late at 4 in the morning. So she texted me saying, hey, friend, I'm just going to sleep. I'm not going to have enough sleep, but if you're down to go to the gym, I'll ride.
Yeah. Or if you want to sleep in,
and
I'm down for that too.
I haven't slept in a while, so I was like, yeah, let's sleep in.
Yeah, so it was good, guys. And then we went to work, of course. And then at work, randomly, she's like, do you regret not going to the gym? Why did you say that?
Because when I was like at work, I don't know, I feel like I didn't do shit. I don't know if that happens to you, but me, like if I don't go, I'm just like fuck, I should have went. I should have just gotten up early, or like I'm just sitting there like.
You don't feel motivated? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like there's no purpose of my life. Damn, that is sad to feel like that. But that's how I felt. I was like, man, fuck it, I need to get it in like somewhere. I was even thinking about going to Zumba because I know for sure I was gonna sweat there. But I was like, nah, let me just go to the gym. So yeah,
and then that's when you said,
let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, I think honestly, if you wouldn't have said let's go to the gym, we would not be filming today.
Oh no.
Right, because it was so weird that we were actually on the way to the gym.
Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, we were on the way to the gym, and we both had our little pre's, we were jamming and all. And me alone to myself, like, damn, today would have been such a good day to record. We're still going to be on pre by the time we get home. Thinking it, like, to myself. And then I was like, dude, it would have been a good day to record. And she was like, shut the fuck
Literally,
up.
as she's talking, because I was supposed to watch my niece today. And in my head, I'm like, damn, if I didn't have Conch, we call her name is Jimena, but we call her Conchis. So, like, if I didn't have Conch, I would have been down to do a podcast. So I'm thinking in my head, like, nah, then I gotta wake up early. And it was just a lot of stuff going on to my head. So literally, when I said, if only I didn't have Conch, I would have been down. And I stayed quiet. And then she's like, you know what would have been good today? And I'm like, what? And she'd like to do a podcast. And I'm like, this. I didn't want to tell her because I feel like sometimes when she tells me, like, man, why was I just thinking that? I've been thinking she's lying. Like, I just think she just wants to be, like, cool with me or whatever.
Girl.
Not cool. But, yeah, like, I was like, man, she be lying. But then there's times where I think stuff and she says it and I'm like, all right, this is ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous to be thinking the same shit.
Not her calling me a witch. Like, dude, you're really a witch. And I'm like,
I always call you a witch because I be thinking you're faking it. But then I be thinking, I don't want you to think that I'm faking it, Because we really do be thinking the same thing. Yeah.
But, so that's how we got here today. And, we were just like, okay, so what are we going to do? So we were like, you know what? Let's just go with the flow and see where
it takes us.
Yeah, where this yapping takes us. So, friend, what you think? ¿Y luego? ¿Qué pasó?
No, pues no sé, güey, pues te digo. Well, which I have mentioned to you that I did want to touch a subject, but I don't know how you feel about it. No sé. I don't know. Like, I've been wanting to talk about this subject because I want to, but I don't want to. One, because I have never opened up to anybody, and two, like, why not? Little therapy session over here. And maybe y'all guys go through stuff, which I'm sure y'all do. I'm sure there's people that lost like their loved ones or I don't know. It could be like,
So you want to talk about grief?
yeah.
Okay, we could do that. That's a good subject to do.
I guess to put it out like that, right?
Yeah. And by the way, guys, excuse us. We're just comfy vibes today. We're just
Chilling.
I think
Sipping.
we're just sipping. Okay. So today's topic then, let's do some grief talking.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting because if you would have asked me to do this, when your sister had passed, I wouldn't know where you were coming from.
I don't think nobody knows. I don't think.
No, like I'm saying, like I wouldn't know that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But now that years passed, or how long? What year did your sister pass?
My sister passed away October of 22.
Yeah, and then my grandpa a year later.
Yeah,
my grandpa passed away in 2023.
What month was it?
For my grandpa, it was December.
Really?
It was he actually passed on my tia's birthday.
Oh yeah, I thought it was.
It was December.
Terry's birthday?
No, my tia Chila's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the last memory we have, or the last gathering we had with my grandpa, it was for her birthday. He passed the day after her birthday.
But the day that y'all said that he was chilling
was the day for her birthday.
So how do you think that? I know you kind of mentioned to me about y'all having this dinner and how he,
like how he's the one who did it all together. Okay,
yeah.
So
long story short, your family wasn't all united, correct?
Yeah. So long story short, my family, we were all not talking at we kind of were, but not really. Like, we weren't gathering with each other often. And my grandpa was the one who wanted everybody to go to his house to celebrate my aunt's birthday. And we kind of didn't think anything of it, but we kind of did, because she originally had plans to celebrate her birthday at her house. So when he was like, no, I want to have everything here for your tia, I'm gonna barbecue, and then
you think because that if she had it at her house or somewhere else, most likely I wouldn't have pulled up.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, a lot of us probably wouldn't have gone. But because it was at my grandpa's house,
why not?
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. So all of us were like,
we all
okay,
gonna pull up to
grandpa's house. Yeah, for my tia. So, we went. We pulled up. It was literally honestly, it was a good time. Like, so we all pulled up and everything, and literally that night he was real chill, he was real calm. He did keep so it was so weird because we actually pulled up first, me, Mario, and my kids. Nobody else was there, just my grandparents. I think my tia was there, my tia Terry, my other tia, Robin's mom. She was there, and we did tell her, like, hey, the Texans were playing that day, they sucked, they lost, and he was mad. And he was outside, so he had his little moment with Mario and Nolan.
Really?
Yeah. He had his little moment with them that day. I was inside with my aunt, and I was just talking to her. Mario, my grandpa, and Nolan were outside watching the game.
How old was Nolan?
He wasn't even a year yet. He was little, because
okay.
Nolan was born August. My grandpa passed in December. So
he was so little, I remember.
Yeah. So they had their little moments. Mario watched his last Texans game with my grandpa.
And he's such a big Texans fan. Yeah. They even went to a game together, didn't you?
Yes. And then when I say he had a little moment with Nolan, it was because they kept like going like that to each other, sticking their tongue at each other. And it was just so weird because he was just hooked on my grandpa, right? So, they had their little moments, and then Mario's like, hey, let's go get something to eat before everybody else comes. So we were like, yeah, let's go. So then we went to go eat Chipotle. And it's so crazy because while we were going, me and Mario were talking, and he was like, man, like, I want to start fixing Grandpa's house. Like, I want to be that handy person because Grandpa's getting too old. And he was just telling me that
he was getting old.
Yeah, he was getting old. But
look at me, like, I don't think I've ever seen your grandpa with a lot of gray hair. And when I saw him, y había perdido, he had lost weight.
He died sometimes.
He was I knew it. I fucking knew it. I didn't want to ask.
Yeah, he was always on it, like with his looks and his haircut, you know.
Hey, but did he work out or something? Not bringing the gym not bringing the gym into this. But he was always big.
He's always been very strong and
he has big ass hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he always did push-ups, like, swear to God, you know. Yeah. But yeah, so he was always fresh and clean, and it's so funny that you said that because before that birthday, like that little gathering, he let himself go for a period of time.
He did. He sure did. Because whenever I asked you, he kind of looked old. This is what I'm saying.
Yes,
because
when he had white hair, he was like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Remember?
Y se miraba acabado.
Yes.
Like,
but I think at that time, he was already probably feeling sick. Like, so
what did he pass away from?
I think it was due to like a heart attack.
Okay.
More from like his heart. Yeah, he didn't struggle when he passed. He didn't suffer. Basically, his heart, I'm guessing it just stopped beating and gave up. Yeah, but every time he was in pain, every time he was suffering,
he never showed
it. Yeah, he never showed it, of course, you know. And I think more so too because my grandma, it was always like, mama, like, I gotta take care of her, you know.
Yeah.
Back to that day, when I seen him, dude, it was so crazy because I seen him and I was like, about time you cut your hair.
Up or what?
Yes. And that's why I feel like he kind of felt it. He kind of knew because...
You think that's true when people say, oh,
definitely,
shit, hell
definitely.
Nah. I don't want to get old, dude.
Yeah, definitely. And I seen him and I hugged him, and I remember he hugged me and I was like, ooh, because before he'll let his face hair grow and he'll do it on purpose, and I'll be like, Grandpa.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling.
Yeah, it'll be itchy, but I've always loved his hugs and kisses, even though he was so rough.
Like, you didn't care, yeah.
So I was like, dang.
So you enjoyed that hug because it was like a clean one.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, hasta que te bañaste. Like, because he let himself go.
Yeah, he did.
You know? And then even my grandma was like, yeah.
I remember seeing him, and I was just like, ooh.
And even that day, my grandma was like, yeah, I told him he needs to cut that shit off. I don't like that. It looks ugly.
I could hear her saying that too.
So then, but yeah, back to that day, we went to Chipotle, and Mario was already saying like, dang, the whole time we were watching the game, like, your grandpa was telling me like, I'm tired, mijo. Like, I'm hurting. My back hurts. Like, I'm feel exhausted.
Did he ever mention that to y'all that he, like, cause I know you said.
He did, but it was more like,
you're getting older, I understand.
Yeah,
like,
and
it's not the same being young and being
and not just that.
Age.
It was more like, Grandpa, you need to be taking your medicine. And you know, like, older people, they don't care, or they don't be like, I don't need that. Like, I'm okay. But no, he did need his medicine, you know. And I feel like maybe if he would have took his medicine, or maybe if he would have told us at that time, like,
there's something wrong with me also, like, it's wrong with me, your grandma.
Yeah, we probably would have checked his blood pressure or just something, you know. But
and we tend to do that, and me and you, that we work in the medical field, like oh my god, like my grandma, she never goes to the doctor, but if I'm at her house, she's like, fíjate que me duele aquí, and I'm like, you don't be saying nothing when you be going to that office, like, to that office. You know, oh, by the way, my grandma's one of our patients, and she, every time I'm at home, es que me duele la rodilla, my knee hurts, and I don't feel good, and fíjate que esto, fíjate que el otro, but then she'd be she'd be out of town, like nothing,
like
and shit,
chilling,
yeah. And I'm like, so I don't get it, like, are you hurt or you're not, you know?
The thing with my grandpa is, he had a thing with smoking cigarettes.
He smoked?
Yes, he smoked. He wasn't supposed to.
I never ever see him smoke.
Girl, yes.
I don't
and
recall.
It's funny because that same day, my mom bought him his last box of cigarettes, and he kind of wanted to act like, don't tell nobody. Like, she was going to a store, and I guess he already had told her, like, hey, buy me a box of cigarettes.
Yeah.
But we will get after him. We'll be like, Grandpa, why are you smoking? Or, you know, you're not supposed to be smoking. So now my mom calling, and she calls me, and just to see like what box he wanted.
Yeah.
And in front of everybody, I'm like, Grandpa, my mom said, what box of cigarettes you want? And he's looking at me like, if you don't shut the fuck up. And when I tell you, everybody turned and was like, Seriously?
So did you do that on purpose, or you were just
I
asking?
didn't know. Yeah. Like I didn't know because we knew he wasn't supposed to be smoking, but he still smoked. So yeah, and it's funny because he was buried with that last pack of cigarettes.
Oh shit.
Literally laughing, looking at all of us, and then it brought back memories. So my aunt and my mom started talking about like, oh yeah, I remember when we fought at school, or like, you know,
Just
when
memories
we
they
just
had.
memories, and he literally was just laughing and yeah, like he was more reminiscing. He was reminiscing on like his past with his girls, and then like us all together. When I tell you it was us, like it was all his girls, my grandma, the cousins. Even Nolan was in there. BB, I think she was pregnant already.
Yeah, she was pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant. Robin, Junie. So it was like all of us.
And
that night, no, it was actually that night we all left, and when we left, it was more like the hug he gave us was just very like constantly like, okay, give me a hug, like be careful, call me when you get home,
bye Toto. He's so fucking loud, dude.
And you know, Adeline, of course, and Nolan and Mario and everybody left like nothing, dude. Like we wouldn't think nothing,
like we all leave any other day.
Yeah, exactly. But at this time, my aunt, my tia Terry was staying there. She was already staying there, taking care of my grandma, my grandpa, of course, with Kathy. And which is my cousin and my aunt. They were both staying there to take care of my grandma, my grandpa. And yeah, we're at home. And by this time, Nolan is still August. He's already like 4 months.
Okay.
So I used to always just sleep with him in the living room, because I would never forget this night, because Mario was asleep on the recliner. I had Nolan. I was asleep on the couch, and we'll wake up because of course he was still drinking a bottle every like maybe like once a night or whatever. And I remember that Mario tells me, babe, it's literally almost 3:00 in the morning. I think it's maybe 3:00 in the morning. And he tells me, Kathy's calling. And it's weird. It's weird. Kathy is my youngest cousin. And it's weird because I'm like, Kathy? The first thing I thought of was my grandma. Like,
yeah,
never did I think my grandpa. Never, like, it was just, oh my God.
So what did she tell? Like, who answered the phone, Mario or you?
So she called me. I didn't answer. I was asleep. She called Mario. He didn't answer. Then that's when he's like, babe, but by the time he turned the phone and said like,
Kathy's calling,
it hung up, because I guess she's been calling. So then I called her back and I'm like, hey mommy, what happened? And she just said like, something's wrong with grandpa. And I was like, what? Like, he's fine. We just left his house. Yeah. Like, what do you mean something's wrong with grandpa? And she's like, yeah, like, he passed out in the restroom and he's not breathing.
So you get that call, and who answers? You're Mario.
No, I answer. And that's when she tells me, like, grandpa's not doing well. And I'm just more shook. I'm like, what do you mean? He was just fine. Like,
you're tripping.
I'm tripping, yeah. But it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me because I'm in my heart, in my mind, I'm like,
there's no way.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. There's times where my grandpa been to the hospital and he's out because he's strong and he's a macho man and everything, right?
So you're like, yeah, okay, so you at the hospital, what's up?
Yeah.
You know?
And then that's when she tells me the ambulance took him. The ambulance took him to the hospital and we're on our way.
Okay.
And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, but at this time, she's not telling me everything. She's just, I guess she was more like in panic mode too. Like,
because they saw everything.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. She's like, we're on our way to the hospital and I'll let you know when I get there. So at that time, I'm looking at Mario like, what, like, hold on, you know? So, dude, when I tell you I was in shock, like, I was just more like
stuck.
I was zoned out. I was stuck. And then I called my mom, and my mom already knew. She was already on her way to the hospital. And actually, when I called her, she was already there.
Oh, no.
I'm lying. Yeah, she was already there. And she was like, Chelsea, I don't know, like, they're with him. Like,
not kidding.
She couldn't even, you know, talk. So right away, it's so crazy because
At that moment that you
at that
think,
moment,
should I go?
no. I was just like, what do I do? I couldn't because I have my kids. So right away, Mario calls his mom. And he's like, Mom, I need you to come because I don't know what's going to happen. And I just need you to come because Mr.
This is
Johnny.
4 in the morning.
Yeah, it's already 4 in the morning. And I don't know why. I don't know what. Something just told me to call Beba. Of course, I feel like that's who I go to the
Yeah,
most.
you're to go to person. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm already getting emotional. So I called her and I was like, hey, like, I need you to pray for me. Like, my grandpa's not doing good. He's in the hospital.
Did she knew?
No, it was more like your grandpa, like your grandpa Johnny.
Like, are you sure it's your grandpa?
So then I told Beba, I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, just this is just all I know for now, you know. And then yeah, I'm gonna say not even 10 minutes, dude. Not even 5 minutes. My mom calls, and when I answered, I didn't expect that. I just expected, hey, Charles, he's doing this.
This is happening, but he's gonna be good.
Yes, and no, right away she's just crying. She's crying, and I'm like, no, like no, like don't. And yeah, she was just like, he's gone. My dad is gone, and I was just like, what do you mean? He was fine. Like, what do you mean? And she was like, my dad is gone. My daddy's gone. And it was more like a shock. Like, it was like
I hear you, but like,
yeah,
are you for real?
Yes, and I think more so, if we would have expected it, if we would have like how can I say it? Like how you said my grandma. Like, I'm not saying we expected it from my grandma, but of course none of us is prepared or ready for that time, you know. But
Yeah.
with my grandma, she was more at the hospital,
In and out
the hospital.
And during that time, I feel like it was more
Her,
yeah.
So with my grandpa, we were like, how, like, what
And the fact
happened?
that
like,
just chilled that night, that's crazy.
And he was fine. And right away, dude, my mother-in-law pulled up. But while we were waiting for her, I called you.
Yeah, you
When
did.
I called you, and that's when I told you,
It was
like,
almost 5 o'clock.
yeah, because
I was
you
like,
thought we were going to the gym.
yeah, and I'm like, bitch, hell nah. Because I know you always wake up 5:30 or 4:30, huh? I'm looking at my phone like, bitch, I got 30 more minutes. Stop playing. So then I was like, wait, why the fuck? She never calls. You know, she always texts.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, hello, and that I'm hearing you, but I'm more like,
I called you. Of course, you're my best friend, so I was like, I have to call her. Like, I had to
tell somebody.
I had to tell somebody. Of course, I already had told my tia Beba, and she didn't have, like, dude, I'm telling you, this came out of nowhere. So all of us were
I
like,
didn't have no words. I didn't even know what to say. Yeah, like, part of me was like, I regret taking this call because I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I think all you said was, no. The reason I called because I lost it outside. I lost it, dude. Like,
yeah, because I couldn't even understand anything you were saying.
I lost it. I was on the floor. I was crying. It was like I was still like, what, like, how, you know, how. And I think Mario was the one that said, call Paola, call her. And right away, I just called you, and you were like, hello? And I was like, I'm crying. And you were like, what happened? Are you okay? You need me to go over there? What? I need you to tell me what happened. But
yeah, I couldn't understand nothing you were saying.
Yeah,
nothing.
and
I'm
then,
just, and you're like you can't even breathe. I don't even know how you even dialed my number before. Like, how you
called you. And that's when I told you, like, my grandpa's gone. I just remember telling you, my grandpa's gone. And you're like, wait, what grandpa? Because at this time, I still had all 4 of my grandparents. You know, they were all still alive. Well, you know, it's just my grandpa that passed. Thankfully, yeah. And so she was more like, who, what grandpa? What grandpa? And I was like, my grandpa Johnny. And she's like, no, like, what do you mean your grandpa Johnny? And I was like, and then I was like, I'm gonna call you back. And then yeah, that was it. Like, we went to the hospital, and right away, dude, I walked in. That's why when I went to that emergency area at work,
And like
hit
a lot
me.
of flashbacks. Yeah.
So I went to the emergency department where they had him, and my mom did say, like, they're saying we can come see him one last time. So my mother-in-law pulled up right away, and she was crying, and she hugged me so hard, and she was more like, what the heck, like,
I think
how?
that was all of
everybody,
us. Yeah.
even his friends from work, everybody. And we get to the hospital, and right away I just went to my brother. Like, he was waiting for me outside, and I hugged him so tight, and he hugged me, and he was like, Chels, like, Grandpa's gone. And it was just like, at that moment, all I wanted was my brother. And he hugged me, and
It's so surreal.
I know. And he took me, and when I walked in the room, everybody was there. I don't know how, but everybody was there, and all my cousins were there. My mom, my dad, my aunt, and it just walking in, he still looked like himself. He still looked like I just seen him a couple hours ago. Yeah,
like, wake up.
Literally, yeah, like just. And I remember going to him, and all I could say was like, all I was able to tell him was like, I love you. And dude, at that moment, I was still like, wake up, like how you said, like, no, like, how are you you look like you're just asleep. Like,
Yeah.
he literally looked like he was just asleep. And then I seen my grandma, and that's when it hit me, because
It's crazy how you see your grandma, and it hurts us. Like, it kind of, like, not, I'm not gonna say kind of, like, it hurts to hear you say that. And again, her grandpa used to take us to school. Like, I have so many good memories with him, and he was a really nice person. So it hurts me. I cannot imagine how you feel, yet I cannot imagine how your grandma feels. Like, this is her partner, you know?
Yes, like, imagine you losing your Abel for so long that you've been with
That's
him.
crazy.
Like,
and it's like the person that puts you number one.
yeah, the only person that takes care of you, like, you know. So when I seen my grandma, that's when I was like, okay, like, it's real.
Yeah,
you know, like reality hit.
This is
my
not a fucking
grandpa's
dream.
gone,
Yeah.
And I just remember kissing him and touching him, because I felt like I wasn't gonna be able to touch him anymore or feel him. So
It is the first death.
yeah, this is our first. This is our first closest death that we've had. And all of us didn't know. And then, of course, dude, I turn around and my mom is just bawling. Like, just, she can't even talk. And, I mean, of course, all the other, you know, my other aunts, too, and my tia Terry.
It's like, that's your mom, so you feel for her, yeah.
Yes, and it just hit, and it's so crazy, because the main person that came to my head was my daughter. Like, it was should I take her or should I not? But
like, it is something that she needs to hear
or see. Like, did she but at that moment, it was just like, no, because I'm hurting. I can just imagine my daughter, because she was so close to my grandpa, you know? And
at this point, everybody is.
It's just, at that moment, I told him, like, okay, Grandpa, you can go, and you're gonna be okay, and, you know, you're gonna be fine. Like, you're strong, and you got, like, I'm gonna take care of Grandma. We all are gonna take care of Grandma. And part of me feels like God. I always tell you, God does things for a reason. I think that's my motto. What do you say, like, motto or what? Motto.
I think, like, what keeps you in peace.
I think so. Yeah, that. What keeps me in peace. And I knew that by him going first, everybody was gonna take care of my grandma. Everybody's gonna be able to take care of my grandma.
Like, step up.
Yeah, because I feel like if my grandma was to have gone first, you know, my grandpa, he's such a macho man. He would have told his girls, like, don't worry about me. I'm fine, you know. not realizing that he does need his girls to take care of him, you know?
Just as much as your grandma
Yeah,
needs.
and then like I feel like if my grandma would have passed first, and thankfully she's still here and thriving, and you know, I feel like my grandpa would have lost it. My grandma is strong, dude. My grandma is so strong. Like the way she handled his funeral, his everything.
The way she still handles
It now,
life right now, yeah.
and I'm sure she's hurting. I'm sure it sucks and stuff, but she's so strong. And my grandpa was not. I mean, he's strong. Yeah, you know, he's strong look wise.
Like
but
your grandma is everything to him.
yeah, exactly, dude. And my grandpa would have went crazy. Like, God forbid, or God knows how
He does things.
what he would have done if my grandma would have went first. And
this is where I'm confused. Like, they say God, they're like, oh, nothing's too big in God's eyes. Like, in other words, God don't put you through anything you can't handle. And
yeah, like everything happens for a reason. And I just feel like him going, he went peacefully. That's what kept us all in peace, was more that
he didn't die in pain. He didn't suffer. You said,
Yeah.
Well,
So,
cheers to Grandpa Johnny.
cheers to Grandpa Johnny. He would have been like, oh, let me get one more shot, mama. Just one more shot. But yes. So how do you feel about that? Like, how?
Oh, you know how you just mentioned God, right? And
Yeah.
how he does think the way he does. And I feel that. Like, I actually feel like, I felt everything you said about God putting things the way he does, or plans to think the way he does, because like I said, your grandma's everything to your fucking grandpa. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I cannot even imagine how he would be if it would have been your grandma. You
Right,
feel me?
right, yeah.
So like, I get that in your
Point of view. Yeah.
100%. Like, yeah, he sure did his thing right there, right? Like, I thank you, God, because I don't know how your grandpa would be if it was your grandma not here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Chelsea's grandpa. In my eyes, I feel it's normal for your grandparents to pass, for your parents to pass, but I lost a sibling. Wow, I cannot even.
It feels weird saying that, right?
Hell yeah, it feels weird to say that this is my reality.
Mm-hmm.
Because on Facebook, I see people say, oh, R.I.P. my cousin, R.I.P. any fucking body. This is my first close death to my family. But this is like, I expect from my grandma, my grandpa to pass. I expect from my mom or dad to pass. But a sibling, no, not a fucking sibling. And this is my sister my oldest sister that did everything for me. Like, bien chiflada yo. And this is why, like, any little thing Linda would do for me, everything, to open my juice, to do anything. Like, I feel like this is why it's my sister's fault and my mom's fault that I am the way I am, because I can never do anything on my own because of them. Because if it wasn't my mom doing everything for me, it was my sister. Definitely my sister, for sure. I know last time I mentioned that my mom was a single parent and that she worked 2 jobs. So who was there to feed us? Who was there to drive us to school, pick us up from school? My sister, because not me. So my sister passed away from cancer, and it was a rare cancer. They never told. I don't know if they ever told my mom exactly what kind of cancer she had, but I know it was a rare cancer. It was like in her umbilical cord, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah, like she didn't die like of breast cancer or like
Stomach, anything
there
like
was
that.
not a name to it. So my sister kind of like, not want to say blame it on my mom, but I don't know if this was her future, but it was bound to happen.
Oh, so it was gonna happen, like.
But yeah, like, not my sibling. Like, not saying take my grandma, my grandpa. Hell nah, because I know that hurts.
Yeah.
It will hurt me if they take my fucking grandma or grandpa. Like,
Or your
I
mom
love
or
my
your
grandma.
dad.
Yes, but not my sister. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot even. I cannot, like. I can't.
So, your sister was already diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah. So she was diagnosed with cancer, and they were able to remove it. And she was supposed to follow up, but she
Life
didn't follow up.
happens.
Yeah,
Life
she didn't
happens.
follow up. And like any of us, like, you know, you have an ear infection, they tell you take this antibiotic, you'll be fine. But take the whole antibiotic. Don't just take 3 to 5. Because me, if I have like a sore throat, I just take like 3-4 pills and I'm good.
Or not even like 3 or 4 days.
And it's like 7 days. You know,
like you didn't even finish your prescription or your.
And I'm gonna save these for the next time.
Yeah.
Well, she never went back. And sure enough, when she did go back due to her bleeding, they told her it's already spread. You got about 8 months to live.
Oh wow!
Like, can you imagine? My sister was 29.
Your age.
She was my age with 4 kids, and the doctor tells you, "Oh well, you got about 8 months, 6 months to live." Like, I cannot imagine what went through her head.
It's more like my kids.
I would lose it. I would lose it, dude. I could never, like, when I tell you that my fucking sister was strong, dude, she never showed weakness. Never. Like, I never saw my sister cry. Never. Ever. Like, during her cancer, I never seen her cry. But one of our last message, one of our last text message was, you know, that she couldn't do this no more. Like, this was not even life. Like, this was not.
She was suffering at that time. She was suffering.
She was. And I remember one time that we were at a soccer game and I pulled up. She was there, and I'm like, I pulled up and I seen my niece and nephews, and I'm like, "Where's your mom?" So I'm calling her and I'm like, "Where are you?" She goes, "I'm in the," and I'm like, "Why are you in the car?" She's like, "Because I can't get off."
Your sister said that.
And like, why you don't call none of us? She didn't like to bother none of us, dude. Like,
it was more like, I don't want to bother them type thing. Yeah.
And I think that's the saddest thing to say, like, that you cannot help yourself.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Dude, when
I don't want to be bothered.
I don't want to be bothered. Yeah. And like, she had a wheelchair, so you had to get her with her wheelchair, and like.
Oh, at this time she already had a wheelchair. Oh wow.
So her saying this, dude, it was like.
Was this like she was still making an effort to be there for her kids, right?
Kids to the game, dude. And this was in Pearland. We had to drive to Pearland, and like, I remember opening the door and I'm like, "Why you didn't get off?" She goes, "I can't. Like, I don't have strength." And dude, that shit killed me. Like,
is that when it hit you? Like,
no, that's not when it hit me. It never hit me. It never hit me because I had faith.
You had.
For that situation, I had faith. And I was like, hell no. Like, God just testing my sister. He's telling her she needs to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it did it hurt me? Yes, but I never thought she was gonna be gone.
Was that around was that a little bit before she was gonna pass, or was that?
That was a little bit before, like maybe like a month before she passed.
Oh, so she was already really suffering before she passed.
Yeah, so they told her she had, I think it was 6 to 8. I'm not sure, but a year had already passed. So me, I was like, he's not gonna take my sister. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those stories where you see my sister ringing the bell saying,
"I beat cancer."
Yeah, cancer free. I believe that 100%. 100%.
So, when your sister passed, did your faith a little bit?
Dude, the night my sister passed.
So the night your sister passed, y'all didn't expect it, or y'all did?
The night my sister passed away, I was chilling with my friend Nina. Her dad had recently passed away from COVID.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so she did everything. Like, she did the funeral, she did the arrangements, she did everything. Everything. So that night my sister passed, I told her, "Hey, I need your help. I know my sister's gonna pass away because the doctors told her you got about this month.
Yeah.
A year had already passed. My thing, I didn't want my mom to deal with that because it's like, how do you bury your own kid, you know? So I wanted to do my mom
that favor.
And like,
but to have everything ready
and remind you I had faith. So I knew my sister was not gonna go anywhere. Like I mentioned, I feel like this was just a lesson for her and for all of us. And that night I told him, like, "Hey friend, I need your help." And she's like, "Yeah, of course, like tomorrow I'll go help you. Like, we could go to this place, we could go and get different quotes or whatever, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." That night I go home, I shower, I'm getting everything ready for the next day, for my kids, school and all that, right? So I get a call from my brother, and he goes, "Hey sis, mom said you need to come to the house."
So your grandma's
Yeah, and I
house.
was like, "What? For what?" But at that moment, my heart is like beating fast, and I already knew, but I was like in denial. And he goes, "Mom said you need to get here like now." And I called my little sister, called me, Nat, and she's like, "Hey, my brother called you," and I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "I'm gonna go. Do you want me to pick you up?" And I was like, "Yeah, pick me up." I got up. It was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "I gotta go to my grandma's house." And he like, "But what happened?" I was like, "I just gotta go to my grandma's house." Honestly, I blacked out. Like I don't
Yeah,
remember.
like it was a
I don't
shock,
remember.
right?
Yeah. I thought that I changed and Natalie picked me up, and I felt like the ride over there was like, I was like, "Dude, why are you taking so long? It's my grandma's house. It's not even like 7 minutes away." And I was like, "Why are you taking so fucking long?" You know? So we get there, my mom's there, my sister there, laid out, dude.
On the bed.
Yeah. And my mom was like, "That's it. That's it." And I was like,
But was she crying or she was just...
"Nah," she was like asleep.
No,
Like,
your mom.
nah.
No, she was strong, huh?
Yeah, my mom was fucking strong. And she like, "Well, that's it." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And my brother was like, "Man, before she left, mom told her some beautiful ass shit." You know? And I was like, I didn't even know what to say. Like at first I was like, yeah, it's me living it, it's me seeing it.
And y'all already knew. Y'all knew she was sick. Y'all knew eventually this time was gonna come.
Yeah.
But you having faith, you were like,
It's
nah, not
never
my
gonna
sister.
happen. Yeah,
Not my
like I was like,
sister.
it's never gonna happen. So yeah, that was like that's the day she passed away. And that night I texted, we have a group chat with my friends, and I told them like, "Hey, you know, she passed away." And they're like, "Dude, you were just talking." We had just put up to my friend's house that night, and I was asking her for help, but I knew
Not
it wasn't
expecting that to happen.
I knew it wasn't gonna
that night.
happen.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in my head. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. It's just a lesson for her. Like
Yeah.
he's just scaring her. But I knew God wouldn't do something like that to my mom. Like I knew
So,
He wouldn't.
At that time, were you upset? Like,
Hell yeah, I was.
fuck.
I was like, dude, hell nah, hell nah. So yeah, she passed away, and we were all there, and it's crazy because we know a really close friend of ours, Ruby, which I don't know if y'all know who Servando is, but his mom was the first person to wrap my sister as a baby, and the first person to wrap my sister at her death. And it's hard to say and sad to say, but I never thought that I would lose a sibling. I don't know how you feel about your grandpa. Like, I know you might feel like, I know he's not here.
Yeah.
Me, sometimes think that she's just somewhere far and she will come back.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, bitch, stop playing, come back already, you know?
Yeah.
But
No, I get what you're saying, because sometimes like days go by and I forget. I forget my grandpa's not here. Like, I'm waiting for that call, or like, for example, Valentine's. He would always call for Valentine's and be like, "Toto, happy Valentine's, mama. I love you."
So you're like waiting on that call and you're
Yes.
like, man, what the fuck?
So,
like, stop playing.
yeah,
call
so like
me.
this year that Valentine's hit, it hit me because I was like, or my birthday. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like you forget, and then that's when it hits you, like.
And that's when you have those good
snap.
moments and bad moments. But let me tell you something beautiful that did happen. The day that my sister passed away, I leave Able. I'm like, I'm gonna head out. My sister picks me up. Takes us forever to fucking get there. We pull up. People are there. Bitch, I'm hugging my sister. Like, I'm fucking hugging her.
Nat or
No, my sister.
Linda.
Yeah, I'm fucking hugging her. And I was like, bitch, you get the fuck up. Like,
Wake up.
I was undeniable. I was like, nah, she's no más está dormida. And it was crazy because that night my sister passed away. That day, my grandma's favorite is my sister, and everybody knows that. That's Linda is my grandma's fucking favorite. You cannot say shit about my sister because that's my grandma's favorite. And my grandma does anything for her. Like, si Linda quiere esto, I'm going to do enchiladas because Linda said. It's never because of Paola said or Paola wants this, Paola wants that. It's always what the fuck Linda wants. Like, it's whatever the fuck my sister wanted, my grandma's going to do. So everybody knew in my family, Linda is the favorite.
The favorite, yeah.
And, that night that she passed away, my grandma kept bugging my mom, dude, like calling her.
Oh wait, your grandma wasn't there?
My grandma was in Matamoros. And this,
oh my goodness,
this is where it comes, where you said things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
My grandma is a weak ass person, dude. Like, if anything happens to my sister, I don't know. Of course, my sister's not here, but she was not here to witness it. Linda's the favorite. Again, that day Linda passed away, Michelle's with me. Michelle's at my
her daughter.
house. Oh, no,
Michelle is Linda's daughter, which is
she's
her niece.
actually at my mom's that night. They're all together. And my grandma calls my mom saying, hey, nomás quiero ver cómo está Linda. And my mom was like, oh, she's good. And she's like, you're lying to me. And my mom was like, dude, I'm not lying to you. But Linda,
this was when she was okay.
At this moment, Linda, all she wants to do is sleep. All she wants to do is sleep. So my grandma was like, put her on the phone. Mom was like, she's asleep, dude. Like, chill out, you know? And my grandma was like, no, I know you're lying to me. Something wrong and you're not telling me. And my mom was like, she's asleep. Because she really was.
Yeah.
It was to a point where she wasn't even responding to none of my messages. That day, I had sent her so many messages also. And it was just red. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she always replies to me. So my uncle called my mom and he's like, hey, what's up? What you doing? How's Linda? And my mom was like, she's good. She goes, oh, I'm just checking because mom said something wrong with her and you're not telling her. And my mom was like, she just called. I already told her she's asleep. So she calls her on Messenger. My mom's on FaceTime and she's talking to my sister. She's like, ¿Cómo estás? And my sister's like asleep, dude, literally. And Linda just looks up. She go back to sleep. The next thing you know, they come knocking at the door. My mom opens the door and it's my grandpa's best friend, Ramon. And Ramon's like, ¿Cómo estás? And she's like, good. My parents aren't here. They're out of town. He goes, yeah, I know. How are you? And my mom's like, good. And he's like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Your mom called me.
Check on you.
Your mom called me, told me to come check on you because he thinks that you're lying to her about your daughter. And my mom's like, dude, like she keeps calling me all fucking day. My brother already called me. I already told her we're good. And that night, my sister passed.
Wow.
My grandma knew.
Your grandma felt it.
Yeah, she felt it. That day, my grandma passed.
So how did y'all tell her? Because she wasn't there.
My mom ended up telling her the next day.
Oh, the next day.
So that night, it was like 11 o'clock when my sister's calling me. I'm asleep because I have a routine. So that's when we pull up. You know, we're all there. And we have a really close, like, we grew up at a church. So there's this pastor that's really close to us. His name's Pastor Joe. My mom calls him and says, hey, you know, Linda passed. So he goes, and before hospice, my sister was already in hospice. So you know what that means.
Now I do, because I work with you. Yeah.
My sister was already in hospice, and before they come and pick her up, Ruby wrapped her up because she said, you know, if you don't wrap them up.
What do you mean wrap though?
It's because like.
So this is for like the people that don't know, like me. I don't
know if you ever seen anybody when they passed, you gotta kind of like close their mouth or their eyes because if not, their eyes will roll.
Yeah.
Or their mouth will stay open. So Ruby wrapped her and she cleaned her with like rosemary water.
Oh, she's so cute.
And she said like she's the first one to wrap her as a baby, and the last one to wrap her.
Imagine how she felt, like Ruby. Like, that's not her daughter, but the fact that you were so close to her.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I love her. And
she's such a beautiful person.
She, the pastor comes, hospice comes, and they're about to take her. So we all get out of my grandma's house. We all get out, and there's a porch. But me, Abel, and my tia, we stayed outside the porch. But everybody's by the porch. So as soon as they bring my sister's body out, the pastor's like doing like, you know, like this cross sign in her body before they take her out. So as soon as he finishes the cross, Abel and my tia, they're like Abel's
they're
like
tapping you.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, like me, I'm zoned out. Like I'm there, but I'm not
like,
there.
Like you know what's going on, but you're like, wait, what?
I couldn't process anything. So I'm there just standing, and Abel's like tapping me, and I'm just like, at that moment, I'm not giving a fuck. Like,
I don't care. Numb, like, leave me alone. Yeah, like what?
And he's tapping me, and he's tapping me. I feel it, but I don't. So at that moment, they removed her body and they put her towards the car, right? And my tia and Abel were like, "Man, did you see that?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "I was calling you and calling you." And I was like, "What? Like what? Like what the fuck? You know, like what?" And they're like, "There was a shooting star."
Aww.
But you know how shooting stars are? They go sideways. Like
Yeah, like a diagonal.
this was going up.
Oh,
And this happened as soon as she finishes the cross.
the cross.
So, like, I remember my sister, as you know, because I had the conversation with Abel and he's telling me, which I feel like is a beautiful thing. You know, I don't think Abel will say something like that just to say it. And
Yeah.
then for both of them to be like, "Man, did you see that?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "No." And they're like, "That star went up." And it's crazy to me. On Michelle's birthday, which is my niece, which is one of my sister's daughter, she stays with me for her birthday. My sister passed in October, like the beginning of October, and Michelle's birthday is October 23rd. Once we sing her happy birthday, there's a shooting star. So that's like,
really?
yeah,
That's like her saying,
yeah.
like, I'm with my daughter.
So like I have a thing with shooting stars and sunflowers for her. So yeah, that's how.
And
that it was.
like, how do you because I know you really haven't talked about your sister's death till
Hell
now.
nah.
How
I
do
would
you
hate
feel
it.
like
I would hate it when people would ask me.
yeah, so how do you feel like me? And it's so crazy because we always say, like, we're so different. Everybody's different, of course, but like when my grandpa passed, when people would tell me, like, "Are you okay?" or like, "How do you feel?" that kind of brought comfort to me. Like being able to talk about it, being able to cry about it, it brought me comfort. And I know it was more like, don't ask
I was
me.
mad. I would
Yeah.
get so pissed the fuck off.
And it's crazy. Sorry to cut you off. It's crazy because your sister actually passed with y'all already
knowing
accepting it,
that something
rather
would
than
happen.
us
Unexpected.
like unexpected. I should have been like, don't talk to me, I don't want to fucking hear it. Like, I lost my fucking grandpa and I didn't even prepare. I couldn't prepare for this. I couldn't.
And us, we had
like,
we had time.
Y'all had time.
They
Y'all
told
already
us
knew.
6-8 months, a year passed.
Yeah. But do you think yours was more like God failed me? Because I know at that point you were like, dude, I thought
I was mad. I was mad, and I hated the messages. I hated the messages. I hated it. I don't
hated the sorry for your loss, and it's so crazy
I hated
because
how you feel.
Yes, and it's so crazy because I know you hate it because, like, okay, guys, so she lost her sister before my grandpa, you know, so me being her best friend, she will always tell me, like, I don't want to read these, like, I don't want to read. I'm sorry for your loss. Like, no, you don't know how I feel. Like, no, you know,
I hated it.
Yeah. And me, it's like when my grandpa passed, like, everybody that took their time out, that's how I seen it. Everybody that took their time out of their day to message me, to tell me, like, I'm sorry for your grandpa passing or anything, I took that to the heart, because me being who I am, when I see somebody that passes and it's their close family, I take my time out of my time out of my day to tell them I'm sorry for your loss.
To this day, I don't.
Really?
It's one thing. Like, it's like if you was to send me that, I want to block.
Crazy because
I want to block you.
Yeah, because whenever my grandpa passed,
I
you didn't tell me
that.
Sorry for your loss. All you said was like,
everything's gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be okay, friend.
Dude,
like,
I never told you that. I'm so sorry.
No, and it's fine. It's fine because, like I said, everybody grieves different.
Not to this day, I never told any of your family, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry.
No, but it's okay because, like I'm saying, you felt that before we did. So to you, it was more like, don't tell me you're sorry because you don't know. Like, you don't know the hurting. Like, dude.
It's not even the.
No, I know what you're saying, but like, I'm not gonna say my love is different from my grandpa, because my love is different from my grandpa than it is for my sibling, my brother, because my grandpa raised me. He was like my dad. Like, he literally raised me. But
you love your brother.
Oh my God, me losing my brother, I couldn't. Like,
me in my head,
and I think it's crazy because I think if I was to lose my brother, I would feel how you feel. Like, I would feel like, dude, I would be so mad at the world. Like, dude,
Yeah.
So I'm not mad. Like, I get you 100%. I get you when you said, like, I'm sorry I didn't say, like, I'm sorry for your loss, but dude, if something ever happens to my brother, like, I get where you're coming from, because
But I never talked about it. Like, I would go to sleep crying. Abel never knew.
Yeah.
Like, I never texted Abel. I text my mom here and there. Like, man, I miss my sister, because I do. I do miss her a lot, so much. I miss her so much. And, like, that's why I try to do the best that I can for Michelle.
And you're doing an amazing job, dude. Like, man, I give you so much props, because me, that I have my 2 kids, you know, and I have my own where I'm their mom.
Dude,
you know,
I will panic. Like, I told Abel, there's no fucking way I could do this. There's no way.
like,
I
do this
cannot
as
do
in
this.
like taking Michelle, your niece. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. It was hard. Like, it was hard because I'm trying to have a good day, and there goes Michelle. Like, I miss my mom. I miss my mom. And I was like, fuck, dude, damn. Like, how am I ever
Like,
gonna get
how?
over this?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. And I don't know how to love somebody that's not mine.
Yeah.
Me, I'm not a kid person.
Oh, I know.
I'm not a kid person, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. There's no fucking book that tells you
exactly.
this is how you treat somebody.
That's not your kid.
But I can honestly tell you, I cannot see my life without her.
Michelle.
She's my family. Like,
She's your daughter, literally. And like, I always, going back to everything happens for a reason. Your sister knew. Your sister knew what she was doing.
Oh yeah, the day that they told my sister, like, you got this amount of time to live, we all went to my grandma's house. She told us this was going on, and she told me straight up, like, Arlene and Anthony have their dad, Julian had his dad, but Michelle ain't got nobody. And she like, I want her to stay with you and Abel. And man, my sister and Abel didn't have the best relationship. But man, Abel does. If you tell me I'm doing a great job, Abel does an amazing job with her. And yeah, dude, it fucking sucks losing a fucking sibling. Like, never in a million years that I thought that would be. This is not what I'm going through. Like, I seen it on social media. I seen people lose family members, but it's like, damn, not me. Like,
oh my god, yeah,
that shit hurts. But yeah, I would hate when people, like, if you were to tell me I'm sorry for your loss, and I would get into it with my friends, because I'm like, don't fucking ask me how I'm doing. Like, fucking act regular. Don't sit here. And I hate to talk about it.
I think the first time that I think the first time you told me, like, man, Charles, because I remember you calling me when you were at work, and you were like, I'm just in the corner. Where were you crying at when you called me?
In the chart room.
In the chart. Oh, I wish I was there to hug you. But I remember you calling me. You're like, I can't do this. I can't.
I had my panic attacks. Like, you could be good.
Yeah,
you could be so fucking low at moments.
Yeah,
like,
and that's just me. You know, of course, it's a family member, and that's me losing my grandpa. And I feel you, because I could be good, and then, especially at the gym, dude, I'm good, and I hear one of his songs, and I'm like, oh my god, people are looking at me like, why the fuck this bitch crying?
Yeah. You're like, leave me alone right now.
But no, dude, I feel you, because when that day when you told me, like, I don't want to hear, dude, I think you were like screaming, but I was just like,
up, dude. I was fed the fuck up.
And I just heard you out, and all I told you was like, I understand. You're gonna be okay. I understand. I wanted to tell you, like, friend, I'm so sorry. But you telling me, like,
mad.
Don't tell me. Yeah. And I just kept telling you, like, man, you're strong. You got this. Like, everything happens for a reason. And I started explaining to you, like, don't be selfish.
Dude, your sister was suffering. Thing of my life.
I know.
The hardest thing.
I know.
And then I was working.
I know.
It was hard. It was so hard. I feel like I mentally got fucked. Literally. Like, you might not see it. A lot of my friends might not see it. And everybody would be like, oh, you're doing so good. I wanted to block that person, because you know I'm not good. I'm not.
Well,
to this day,
you're
I'm
not good.
Yeah. To this day, I'm not. Like, I'm not good.
Okay, going now that you said that, to this day, you've forgiven God for taking your sister.
Not much of forgiveness, but I accepted it.
You accepted it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if it wasn't for that, my hip was hurting, dude.
Yeah.
Like, take her ass. No, don't take her. Like, I'll
But
bring her
yeah,
ass back.
but like she was suffering.
Yeah,
and
dude. And she told me,
yeah,
like, she's like, this is not the way of living. Like, I cannot do this.
And
that's
I
not
think that's what I
fair.
told you when you called me crying, and I told you, like, friend, I get it. I understand that's your sister, and I totally get it 100%. But put yourself in her position.
Yeah, fuck that.
She's struggling. She's hurting.
They told her you got this amount left
like
to live.
you living. You can go to the gym. You can go to work. She
She couldn't just
don't
get up
do
and go.
that. Don't be like, just accept it. And it's hard, dude. It's really hard. And I think with me, like, I think the reason why I accepted it with my grandpa, I accepted his passing because you don't know a person's feeling. I don't know how my grandpa felt. I don't know if he was in pain. I don't know how much pain he was feeling, But all I do know is that God does things for a reason, and God knew who to take first. That's how I'm seeing it. And that's why I accept it. That's why I accept my grandpa gone. And I feel like for you, in my point of view, I feel like for you, God took your sister because God knows what what could have happened
if she was still here.
Your sister was very, she was a Pisces like me, so we're very lovable. We care about other people than before us. We put other people's feelings before us, and your sister did that a lot. She put a lot of people's feelings before herself. She put everybody before herself, especially her kids and you guys and her mom, your grandma. Like, so knowing that she was in pain, she would have sucked that shit up still. She
did. Like I mentioned earlier, I never seen her cry.
So
never.
Just imagine, like,
yo lloré. Me and my sister took a road trip.
Yeah, you told me.
And it was just me and her, and man, I went off on my sister, dude.
Yeah, you told me.
I don't regret it because I had a lot of my questions answered, and
before she passed.
But I wish I could have been a better person. Like, I wish I could have been a better sister.
But you can't really beat yourself up because you're being a better sister now, raising her daughter the way she is.
She's not here to see it,
Oh, she sees it. She sees it, dude. Trust me, she sees everything. And
so, what are one things that you like? I don't know. Like, how do you deal with things?
Like, how do I deal with my grandpa passing? Like, grief. Honestly, I don't think I deal with it, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean?
I don't even think
like, it's never gonna go away. Of course, we're gonna accept it. We're gonna move on with our life. We go to the gym. We go to work. We don't have
exactly. Yeah.
So then that brings me back to just accept it. All we have to do is just accept it, and thank God for all the good memories we have with them.
Definitely.
Thank God for blessing us with the time that we did have with them. And just we just can't be mad because, like I said, God does things for a reason. And
my thing is, I want to be there more for my siblings because the way Lina was with me.
So what is one lesson that you've learned from losing somebody really close to you?
That tomorrow's not a promise.
Yes, that's a good one. I like that one.
Tomorrow is not a promise, whether you have cancer or not. Like,
anything could happen.
I could go outside right now and
don't say that.
No,
and the possum can get you. Hey, and the possum can get you.
Not the possum. Nah, hell nah. Like, tomorrow's not a promise.
Nah. And I feel like that's why sometimes when I'm having a bad day, guys, like, honestly, when I'm having such a bad day, and there's many things I can complain about. It can be losing lack of sleep because I'm trying to get these podcast episodes up. It can be like, man, I'm mad because anything that's small that can ruin my day. I just thank God for waking me up. I see my kids and I'm like, dude, my kids are so beautiful. They're so cute. Like, I'm forever blessed with my babies. And then,
do you ever feel guilt? Like me, I sometimes feel guilt where I'm like, Like earlier I mentioned to you at work, I haven't talked to my mom.
Oh yes, yes.
I don't want my mom to be gone, but then again, life happens, life goes on, and you get comfortable where you feel like you're gonna see this person tomorrow.
Yes, yes, yes.
But like I
yes.
said, tomorrow's not a promise. Like
Yeah.
you just don't know.
And I feel like that's a change that you in your own ways have to make. You, your own person, has
due
to make.
to the things I've been through.
Yeah,
including my sister.
Right, right.
So even with my friends, like I know I never want to lose a friend. Like,
oh, bitch, I don't know what I would do without you.
I don't even know how I would react to lose a friend. I seen like on social media people losing their friends, and I cannot.
We talked about that before, remember?
Yeah, I cannot. Like all of my friends, I try to be there for them, and I just love everybody. Like
yeah,
I really
yeah. No, I feel you.
And my kids, like, they could go to school. You never know.
Oh my God, don't even say that. Like,
I sometimes, like, my kids get on my nerves. Michelle is able, but then I'm like, oh shit, like, hell nah. Like, come over here, guys, and me hug y'all. I never want to lose anybody, whether it's my friend, my grandparents, another sibling. I haven't talked to my brother in a while, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud. Yeah. I'm proud of my brother. I'm proud of my sister. I'm proud of my mom.
Everybody. Like,
fucking friends, dude. Yeah. Everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, friend. Thank you.
And I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Why?
Because I never told you I'm sorry for your loss.
It's okay. Because I feel the same way. Like, yeah, no, I can't. I'm not even gonna sit here and say like I understand you, because I still have my brother.
Yeah,
he is my whole entire world, and oh my God, just thinking about me losing him, I can't.
And I don't want to lose my grandma or my grandpa.
Yeah, it's so when I tell you to take your time and cherish every time you have with your grandpa, no matter if he gives you a headache. And when I tell you to
talk to your brother about everything, talk to that nigga.
Yeah, no, I do. Okay, so so I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. Since you lost your sister, how do you feel today? Do you feel okay?
No.
Like, I know you don't feel okay, of course not, but like, how do you feel?
Sad. Like, I feel sad.
Yes, it's normal to feel sad. Of course of course you feel sad.
That's a hard question. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know how to answer that. I could say, yeah, I accepted it. I accepted it, right?
You know she's gone.
Yeah,
you can't bring her back.
She's never gonna come back.
Yeah.
I take it day by day.
That's what
I can't tell you yes or no.
Yeah,
but I take it day by day. How about you?
I've accepted my grandpa gone.
Yeah,
and I feel like since the day I accepted him gone, I'm more at peace. Like, yes, it hurts me, of course. Of course, that's my grandpa. Like, he raised me. I was like a daughter to him.
Like your mom said, you took my
baby. Yeah. Even my grandma feels the same way, probably without her grandkids, but I feel like I had to accept it for me to be better, for me to have peace in my heart, for me to accept the fact that he's in a better place, dude. Like, my grandpa's not suffering.
That's crazy that you say that.
My grandpa is in heaven. It's beautiful. He's living.
Did I ever tell you the dream I had about my sister? I have.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. You told me.
Well, I'll let y'all know what dream I had. Maybe like about 3 weeks after my sister passed away, I dreamed of her. We were at a party and I met her up in the backyard. One of her best friends, Carla. We were at her house actually. Weeks after my sister passed, she had a really close friend, and thank you, Carla, because Carla Calderon and her family were always there for all of us, and for my sister's last day as well. In my dream, we were at a party that she had at her people's house, and I pulled up. She told me, somebody wants to talk to you. This is already me knowing my sister wasn't here, and I'm like, what? Like, who wants to talk to me? I'm thinking like, honestly, I don't know who was trying to meet me. I go to the backyard. There's people everywhere. There's music. There's food. I'm eating, and my sister pulls up, and she's like, hey, and I was like, hey, and remind you, it's my dream, but in my dream I knew my sister wasn't here, and at that moment I knew my sister wasn't here, and she was like, "How are you?" And I said, "I'm doing good. How about yourself?" She's like, "Man, I'm in heaven. I don't have to ever wash clothes." I'm pretty sure my sister probably hate cleaning. Like all of us girls, I hate washing. Do you hate washing? Washing and putting up.
Oh, baby, putting up, baby. Them clothes will stay there for days.
So on that dream, my sister told me, I have all the purses that I want, and guess what? I said, "What?" She goes, "I don't have to wash clothes." And my sister, she had cancer, so of course she didn't have no hair. But in my dream, she had her black hair, her black eyeliner, and she told me, "I have all the purses, and the best thing about it is that I don't have to wash." And like, I was happy to see I was happy to dream her, to see her. She told me like, "Don't cry no more. Like, don't cry. I'm good. I'm in heaven." And that kind of kept me in peace.
Yeah, you see, like things like that. Like me, guys, I always dream of my grandpa. I feel like I'm mainly the main one that dreams of him, and I feel like he gives me messages to pass on. You know, he'll tell me like, it's just any little, he'll be talking to my grandma, and I'll call my grandma and I'll tell her like, "Hey, grandpa said I'm always there with you," or but yeah, like he's told me before, like, "Are you okay? Like, don't worry about me. I'm living, I'm thriving, I'm in heaven, I'm with God." And that's the only thing, guys, that I feel like, well, me personally, of course everybody has their own, but I feel like me knowing that my grandpa is in a better place, he's not suffering, he doesn't have to hide his pain anymore. He didn't pass and suffer. Your sister didn't pass and suffer either. She passed with your mom and your brother right next to her, or your mom. She heard beautiful words from your mom. Like,
dude, she's a strong ass person. I cannot even imagine.
Yeah. And that's what helps me. Like, I accepted it because I just feel like my grandpa's in a better place and he's happy, and he reminds me all the time. I dream of him like, "I'm right there, you don't see me, I'm right next to you." And I'm like, "No." And my grandma would be like, "No, Johnny, I don't see you." But of course that's my dream. But I talk to my grandpa in my dreams. I see him in my dreams, and I feel happy. Yes, it makes me cry, and I cry like hoo-hoo crying.
I feel like grieving is forever not ending.
No, of course not, but I feel like
I was grateful though, like, for everything she did and all the time that we spent. I wish it was more of that time, but it is what it is.
What is one advice that you would give somebody that has recently lost, whether it's a parent, grandparent, sibling, friend?
I would say one thing for sure: my opinion, maybe yours is wrong. Don't tell them sorry for your loss, and don't say.
But when you say, hold on. When you say you don't like to hear sorry for your loss, what does that mean to you though? Because when I tell somebody I'm sorry for your loss, so for example, I kind of don't want to bring her up, but I kind of do because she's just like, such a good person.
They would say respect. You paying your you don't think so? Fuck no.
So what do you
want to know? What's respect?
Yeah.
Pull up and say, "Here's for your this is for your family from
money."
Me.
You
don't
think
say,
money?
No, not money. Anything, like whether it's food. Like when I went to your people's house.
Oh, you did bring bread.
Because we didn't eat. If it wasn't for whoever. For anybody that took my family food, thank you, because we didn't. That was the last thing on our mind. Like, if somebody ever passes, I understand. Like you said you like not that you liked it, but you feel like
everybody's different. Yeah, like it took you took your time out of your day to tell me you're sorry for my loss. I appreciate you, but everybody's different.
I didn't even fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of my phone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But then again, like I said, it's different because you lost your sibling. Yeah. Like me, I lost, not saying I have the different love for my grandpa than my brother, but to me, it's like,
we do.
I want my brother for life. Yes. He is my everything.
Like
He's
I said,
my
it's
partner.
normal for them to say, "Oh, my grandparent passed. Oh, my mom passed," but not your sibling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
especially if you have a close bond with your sibling.
Yeah. So my thing is, just a tip, like, everybody's different, so I'm not saying y'all might feel different, but I'm just telling y'all how I felt. My thing, like, now if I see anything with a cancer, I'll donate, because
you went through that.
That's cancer sucks, dude. Like, it does. Like, I fucking hate the word cancer. Like, I hate it. And it's like, instead of me saying, "Hey, sorry for your loss," nah, I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna tell you, "Here's some food," or funerals are expensive,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, you're right. Yeah. I know, you're right.
Thank God, luckily, we had a lot of support. We didn't come out of pocket for nothing. For my sister's funeral, we didn't come out of pocket for nothing. My brother-in-law did a lot of fundraising. We got a lot of help.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everybody that helped, everybody that pulled up. But that one little meal that you give the family that passed, like
That means a lot.
dude,
Yeah.
because food
And I
is the
get what
last
you're
thing on our
saying, dude,
mind.
because remember when my grandpa passed, my uncle, Theo Hyman, and, his people, like, they didn't have to go out of their way to buy donuts, to buy conchas, to buy all that. But because of that, a family was able to gather, eat, and talk about the good times of my grandpa. Talk about, the good things he did and how it hurts us all to lose him. But the fact that we were able to eat together one last time as family. And you know what, guys? I really, really understand when I hear people say, like, why do family have to get together in deaths?
Yeah.
But of course, like we said, life happens. Life happens,
Everybody has
and
their own
everybody
life,
has their own
their own
life, and
family.
yeah. But then again, I guess that to each their own. If you know you have a cousin that you have not hit up, if you know you have
Hit 'em
somebody,
up.
hit them up. It don't take much, and then y'all go out and y'all have the best time ever, and you're like, dude, it took us this long.
Yeah,
But we have different point of views.
definitely.
Of course you cannot accept grief because, like we all said, it never goes away. What can you say to them? Because I would tell them, like, guys, I'm sorry for y'all lost, and you are gonna get through it. Everything happens for a reason. Like, God takes people for a reason, and it hurts. Don't get me
No
wrong.
lie, that's something cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
But I hate it. All
No,
those
yeah,
words
that's
you
what I'm
just
saying.
said.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
those words
me.
you just said, bitch.
Like, I just feel like
This is me. Literally
yeah,
everything.
no,
You
I
don't know how
know.
many times I read that.
No, exactly. I know, but that helped me. Like, that helped me when I lost my grandpa. Like, everything's gonna be okay because he's in a better place. He's strong. He's not suffering. He don't got bills to pay. He's chilling, dude. He's chilling. Like, my grandpa's chilling. He's happy. Heaven is a beautiful place, and everything happens for a reason, guys. But that's me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what would you tell the people that are in your shoes, that feel the same way you feel? How would you tell them? Because they're probably hurting every day. And hold on, you look like, not that you're hurting, of course. You miss your sister every day. You tell me all the time, I miss my sister. You cry at night. But to other people, you look good. You look like, man, I wish I could just get up and go to the gym. I wish I can get up and go to work. Like, especially coming from, like, you saying, don't tell me sorry for your loss. I just lost a big part of my life. I lost my sister. How do you do it? Like, what keeps you going? Because you asked me what keeps me going.
Yeah. Honestly, find a hobby. Like, find a hobby, but don't let that build up, because it could build up. And again, this is such a touchy subject because I never opened up about this ever.
And I thank you for opening up on
No
my
problem.
podcast.
Thank you. You're welcome. I would say, honestly, sometimes there's some battles you gotta deal with on your own, because I could sit here and cry to Abel so many times. I could sit here and tell you how I feel. I could text my friends and tell them I'm hurting, but at the end of the day, everybody goes to sleep. Abel goes to sleep. You go to sleep. My friends go to sleep, and she was not your sister. She was not his sister. She was my sister. Something nobody would ever experience, because that was my sister.
Right.
So one thing I would say is just find a hobby. Sorry. Find a hobby, and I guess learn how to cope around it. Like, are you gonna hurt? Yeah. Are you gonna cry? Yeah. Are you gonna feel alone? Yeah. Are you gonna question God? Yeah. You gotta kind of have to work around it. Like, it sucks, but
and
you're
it's
gonna be
okay,
good. You're gonna be. There's a lot of times that I'm good. There's times that you
You're
might
gonna have
see
your
me,
days.
but there's times that it hits home,
Hard.
dude. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. But find a hobby and accept it. Talk to God. But
And
yeah,
have you apologized to God?
I'm sorry.
Have you I beg your pardon? Have you talked to God about
God?
your sister?
Yeah, I actually have. I actually been going to church lately, and I know God has a plan for everybody, I guess, and it sucks that He gave me that plan. That He gave my mom that plan. I feel like my mom been through a lot already, and it's like, damn, what are you gonna learn about this, mom? Like, what is there to learn about this? But you know what? It is what it is, and
And your mom, she
been through it, dude.
she's
It's
been
like,
through
give
so
her a break.
much. Yeah, she's been through so
I
much,
tell her,
but
at this point, I don't want to see you cry about shit because you already been through the worst.
and you're still strong. Like, yeah.
So one thing I would say is, you're gonna be all right. It sucks, yeah. Would you cry? Yeah, but you're gonna be all right.
One more thing, because I know this is something we do have in common. We don't cry in front of people about our sibling,
Okay.
or your sibling and my grandpa. It's rare that I've seen you cry for your
You've
sister.
never seen me.
No, you've
Have
never
you?
seen me either.
No, I have
Yeah,
not.
this will be the first time. Do you feel? What do you feel like? Do you feel like we should cry, or like, do you feel it's okay to cry?
To each their own.
Right? I feel like
I don't want
cry
to because you can't help me.
No,
Like,
yeah, that's how I feel.
not you, but like
no,
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I cry for my grandpa, it's more out of like, oh my God, dude, I miss you. Like,
personal issue.
yeah,
A personal issue.
personal reminder, issue,
Memory.
a memory, or like reality hits. Like, oh my God, my grandpa's not here. Like, and it's so crazy because real quick touchy subject. One time I was talking to my grandma. I was telling her my dream that my grandpa was checking up on her in my dream, right? And long story short, my grandma went to the hospital, and in my dream, my grandpa's telling her, "You're okay. You're gonna be okay. You don't worry about me. You take care of yourself. I'm okay. I'm okay." So I'm telling my grandma, and my grandma's laughing, and she's like, oh my God, Chels, like, your grandpa loved you. Your grandpa loved you, you know, and he's with you. And when she said that, she's telling me, oh my God, I remember this one time, you know, your grandpa was telling me, like, I don't want to see none of my grandkids struggle. I don't know why they have to struggle. I don't know why they have to struggle. And right away, I told my grandma, I was like, Grandma, that's so crazy you said that, because I remember I was pregnant. My daughter was very sick. I didn't know what was wrong with her. She was vomiting constantly. I had just went through some issues with my bank, and they took all my money.
Oh my God, yes.
Remember? And when I tell you money, guys, I had like my rent money in my bank, and they took all that. So I was going through it. I was really going through it, and I remember explaining to my grandma. I always went to my grandma for all my problems, and my grandpa called, and he's like, Toto. Yes, Grandpa. What happened? Are you okay? Right away, I started crying, and I was like, no, why do I have to go through this? Like, why me? You know, I'm pregnant. My daughter's sick. They took all my money. And he's quiet, dude. He's so quiet. And he's like, I just hear him like grinding his teeth. And he's like, Toto, don't cry. Don't cry, because you're going to make me cry. And then little did I know he was crying. He was crying because I was struggling. You know, I was going through it. And just little memories like that, guys, that my grandma brought up. And my grandma's talking, and she's saying it, dude, like nothing. She's talking like that. And I'm over here like bawling. And now my daughter's saying, Mom, you made water come in my eyes. Because I was crying, and I was like, man, like, he always, like, he just always wanted to be there for us. You know what I'm saying?
Or for anybody.
For anybody, exactly, for anybody, guys. So
He never made me feel, he always made me feel so welcome.
Polly, call you Polly.
With his fucking bird, dude. Oh my God.
Yes.
But he always took us to the store and
Yeah.
bought us everything.
So, honestly, guys, that's what helps me. Like, when I'm having a hard day where reality hits, and I realize, like, my grandpa's gone. Like, I can't hear his voice. I go to his voicemail, because he left me a voicemail by accident, and he sneezed.
Talking shit?
No, he sneezed, and he's like, thank you. And
Lord.
just hearing his voice, like, or just thinking of a good memory, guys, it can help a lot. And to each their own. Like we said, it's hard sometimes, but sometimes I think it's best for people to cry, dude, because honestly, I felt really good today crying. Like, I don't think I've cried this much for my grandpa like I did today in front of somebody.
I never talked about it.
Never talked about it either. And
but don't tell them. I'm sorry. You know what? I don't know. If you want to send them that message, that's cool. But send them some food because.
Yeah. So this is a little advice for you guys.
Well, like
anybody. In your point of view.
Yeah, like. In my point of view, anybody that has to deal with cancer, help them because it's so expensive. And if you don't send them a message saying, "Let me know if I can help you with something. Let me know if there's anything I can do. If there's anything I can do, let me know." I'm not gonna tell you what I need you to do. No, like,
or I'm not gonna tell you, "Hey, I need this kind of money. Like, I need $500. Like, you're gonna give me $500."
There's a lot that we need. So you sending that message is like, oh yeah, dude, we need about $8,000.
Yeah.
No, like, whatever.
If you want to do something, do that GoFundMe. How they usually do.
Anything helps. Literally, $5, $10, $12, $20.
Yeah,
it helps a lot.
Because it can be your $5 that they're missing, or it can just be your little help that can go a long way.
When they say anything helps, anything helps.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So,
but don't take my advice because Chelsea says she like you. I
respect.
Right?
I respected everybody that took their time.
When I say I pay my respect.
Yeah, I pay my respect.
Does it say? What do they say? My condolence.
Yeah, like,
I'm sorry, I hated it.
No, and I get you because, dude, like, I was kind of in the middle because.
But you know why I hated it? You know why I hated it? You didn't know your grandpa was gonna pass.
I didn't.
I didn't know because I have faith, but obviously, okay, somebody with cancer, yeah, they're not gonna be here forever, right?
Yeah.
Again, I have faith.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna sound ugly, guys, but
you don't mean in an ugly way.
No, but I want to tell you the real deal, like raw shit. You know,
like, that's why we're here. Tell us the raw shit,
and it's like
how you feel.
Oh, now you wanna fuck with my sister? Ya que se está muriendo, like, nah.
No, yeah, I get you.
Hey, I haven't heard from you in years. All of a sudden, and I get it because life happens. It's normal, but at that moment, I'm pissed. I don't want to hear that shit. But anybody that showed up, anybody that helped, thank you, because like I said, any little help counts. And I love you, and I love all my friends and all my family, my grandma, my grandpa. I'm sorry, grandpa. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. I love all of y'all.
Yeah.
And sorry to any of my friends that I ever hurted, any of my family members that I ever hurted. And if I ever hurt you, I'm sorry.
No,
and my
condolence
to you. I'm just saying it wrong. That's why I don't text it. But ew. Dude, I love you.
That's why I don't text it.
Dude, I love you.
No, I love you too.
No, for real.
I love you too.
Like, thank you for everything you've done.
I hope this podcast helped you because I know how hard it is for you.
I hope this podcast helped anybody.
Yeah, I hope this podcast helps others that are dealing with this, and like I'm glad that we did this because we both have two different point of views.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and that's crazy. That's good, but yeah,
and text your siblings. Tell them you know.
Text people who your
family, your grandparents,
anybody. You know, and that can go for what is that saying that they say? Like when they say like, okay, we text too, but other people can text too. What is that saying? Vice versa.
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways, guys. Like, let's just all keep up with each other. You guys
just because that person hasn't texted you, you text them.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow's not a promise. And literally. Honestly, I want to take a shot for my sister
and for grandma. Oh my God, this is what I mean when I say like. Well, I don't know if I said it in a podcast, but when you get little hints that they're there with you, that's crazy because I just got these shot glasses not thinking anything. Who did my grandpa used to talk like Goofy?
Goofy, oh my God, yes. Damn, Linda, why you didn't give me no? No, I'm playing. She's forever.
This was her thing, shots and, you know.
And like tapping on the fucking table, dude.
Really? She did that?
I don't know why. And she did it with her phone and it's like, dude.
Really?
But anyway,
Long live Linda and Grandpa Johnny. A little goofy. That's crazy. Hey, Linda.
Yes, I love her. Thank
Okay.
you, sis. I love you so
Love
much.
you, Grandpa. This was a good thing.
I miss you so much, and I love you.
She's here too. They both chilling here. Okay, you ready? Go ahead. Oh, that was good. No chaser needed. My grandpa would have been like, "Don't tell mama." No, and damn well we all done seen him.
My sister would have been like, take another one.
Aw. But yeah, friend, thank you so much for being in this
That's
podcast
crazy.
with me. And it's crazy, guys, because when I asked her about this and when I told her, she was like, "Fuck no." And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do it by
I
myself.
didn't tell you that.
Yes, you did. When I told you, hey, somebody said that we should do this video.
Yeah.
Fuck no. I'm not going to fucking talk about that.
Nah, dude, it takes
But
a
I
lot.
think
It takes a lot from me. It takes a lot. I love, like, it's such a touchy subject. Even my closest friends, like, I could never.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, I just got to say thank you because I didn't realize that, I didn't realize we had two different
Point of
views. And it's crazy because, you know, I did see somebody recently on my Instagram that her brother passed, and I didn't know what to say to her.
Dude, I seen
you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, but
you sent it to me first video.
Yes.
I felt that shit, dude.
I didn't know what to say to her because
Did you
I
tell her
thought
I'm sorry for your loss? Good.
I didn't because I thought of you. I really thought of you because I didn't lose my brother. She lost her brother, her little brother. Oh my goodness, guys! It hit me, and I didn't even lose my brother. But I sent it to you because
I couldn't finish watching it.
Yeah, but I sent it to you because I knew you could relate to her.
Yeah, definitely.
You know. But then she was posting everything like, "Thank you so much for the condolences. Thank you so much."
I seen that, and
I was like, "Oh my god, I feel so bad because what if I see her?"
I couldn't even do it. Like I could not. I couldn't.
Yes. So honestly,
everybody's different.
I thought about you and I didn't do it because I thought about you. Like I thought about what you would tell me. Like, don't tell me you're sorry. Like that's my sibling, you know. And honestly, dude, I feel like if she would have lost, God forbid, but if she would have lost her mom, her grandma, or anybody, yeah, I think I would have said sorry for your loss. But because I seen all the videos of her brother, oh my goodness, I cried like a baby. Like
I did too. I couldn't even pass on the first story. I couldn't.
Yeah, so I didn't tell her sorry for your loss because
maybe take her something.
Yeah, I think I am. Next time I go to her store,
take her something.
I'm gonna definitely take her something because, like you said, it means more to show respect than to say respect.
Yeah, or type like actions speak louder than words. Definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
I know, this is so sad.
Yeah, this was a good episode, and I can't thank you enough, friend. Like, thank you so much for being in this episode with me.
Oh, it's good. It's all good.
Thank you, and thank you for opening up. I know how hard it is to open up and to actually talk about your sister, but thank you because I'm sure you've helped a lot of people. I'm sure other people has relate to my story, your story, and are really like, oh shit, like I get her point of view, I get her point of view, you know.
So I would like for y'all to comment, and I really hope y'all don't think I'm a bad person, but but for every text message, for every help, thank y'all. If I didn't reply, I'm sorry, but now like thank y'all, thank y'all for taking the time to write that message because they didn't have to. But at that moment, that was just how I felt. But
but all right, guys, this is gonna wrap up this episode, and thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube, and we hope we were able to help you guys, whoever lost somebody close, and that's today's episode. And thank you so much, friend. Honestly, thank you so much because I know how much this meant to you, and you're a strong ass bitch. Now we're gonna lift weights tomorrow at the gym, and we better go because we will go to Good Goops.
I'm down to go too. I'm down to go.
All right.